because I'm only going over one thing each. Right. One of the reasons I love all the punk genres is that they still illustrate that whatever, there's always an element that is unique that goes into like these science fictions, and it starts at steampunk. Steampunk allows magic to still happen. That's what's cool about steampunk, because you're like, okay, it's still old fashioned. They're still using swords. Okay. If you jump to the most hardcore punk, which is called scrap punk, they're using shit like buzzsaws, because it's the apocalyptic world of punk. Alright? But steampunk still uses like swords and nobles and stuff like that. But they're allowed to use magic. Ever since steampunk started using magic, the other punks started using stuff as well. Cyberpunk uses way out there technology. They're allowed to go crazy on tech, but they have to be able to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what cyberpunk is. They have to be able to explain it. Not comic book explain it, because there's comic book punk. Yeah, that's a thing. But no, cyberpunk has to actually be scientifically plausible by a scientist confirmed somewhere in a history book. That has to be a real thing. You can't make it up. That has to be just a theory of society using the technology that is theoretically available. So cloning, technically, can be used right now in cyberpunk. They use cloning, and they use hacking and cybernetics. What if we get cybernetics to the point where it's all in our bodies and people can literally hack shit?
Yeah.
What if you Control-Alt-Delete someone's memory core? Like, that's the kind of shit cyberpunk goes into. That is my number one favorite, but it's not my number one favorite to play. Because most cyberpunk games suck ass. They really do. Even Deus Ex was okay. Alright, enough on that one. Solarpunk. You like Solarpunk. You just don't realize it. No Man's Sky is Solarpunk. A perfect utopia. But with like weird little like sciencey gizmos and like, different races that are just cute. Just all of it's fun.
Yeah.
Doctor Who is Solarpunk as much as Solarpunk as you can get. Alright, Doctor Who.
Because of like the cute thing.
Doctor Who's like British Solarpunk. Alright, it's got a little British vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
But think about what he sees. Yeah, you still see apocalyptic world, but that's what Solarpunk is. It's not about Earth anymore. Solarpunk is everywhere. We have mastered Earth, and we're all over the place now. That's Solarpunk. It's perfect. But it's not perfect. You can still have like dark alley corners and like human ambition, but society glossed over. We're not dying as a human race anymore. We're at the peak. After that is scrap punk, when we got way too over our heads and we plummeted way down. What's cool about scrap punk, see, I didn't have to mention a thing like magic or cybernetics. Solar punk is just already the thing. It's perfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
So society is the thing. Think about it. Instead of it being an X factor, society is the X factor. Rust is the opposite. It's if the X factor went, oh fuck, it equals 0. It just went to fuck. And everything failed. Like a couple of us survived. Rust punk. Fallout. That's about as Rust punk as you can get. Okay, Mad Max movies. Alright, apocalyptic futures. Not zombies. That's its own thing. Rust punk. Actually, one Resident Evil did Rust punk. I think it was like 4 when they were in the middle of the desert. And they're like wielding machetes. They got off car parts or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's Rust punk. Like using what's available. Last of Us is Rust punk.
Okay.
Okay? Mm-hmm. You like Rust punk. I know.
Yeah.
You like apocalyptic.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But there has to be a scientific element for you. And that's the X factor, is what killed humanity. Could be the X factor. So your enemy is now the X factor. So zombies, if you want. Bacteria from Last of Us, radiation, fallout. I mean, it's just that's the X factor. And what's cool is that the punk is that you have to be able to use the factor as a weapon. So what if you get a bunch of spores and throw it at people as Ellie in The Last of Us to infect them? Wouldn't it be fucking horrible? But wouldn't it be a good aspect of the punk? Tank Girl is Rust punk. Star Wars is solar, if you want to go down that road. Naboo's solar punk. Everything else is just kind of its own thing. Coruscant looks more cyberpunk than anything. A lot of nights, a lot of dark streets, really crazy buildings that shouldn't look like they should be able to stand, but are still somehow, an engineer made them perfectly, while Rustpunk looks like it's all falling apart. It's like the series of where we went. Eventually we just fucked up. That's what I love about it. Eventually we just fucked up real bad. It just ended. It's not like, and here's the benefit of it. People will go, okay, well doesn't it circle around? No, it doesn't circle around. It's not like the technology circled around into steampunk, because steampunk is literally, okay, what happened after Knights? Steampunk. And then it just goes off from there. Oh. What the fuck?